President Yoweri Museveni has owned up to the plan to bring in 200 specialist Cuban doctors to strengthen Uganda's health sector. The president, who was presiding over the National Labour Day celebrations in Sembabule District, says he directed the Ministry of Health to bring in foreigners to close the gap left by doctors and other medical workers who went on strike late last year, paralyzing work in government health facilities.
I wanted to bring Cuban doctors because our own doctors behaved very badly and unprofessionally. They tried to incite doctors to abandon patients so that patients die.
This was the first time the president directly speaks on the controversial plan that has elicited debate within Uganda Medical Association, the umbrella body in the country leading the opposition to the plan. A tough-speaking Museveni described medical workers who go on strike as selfish, saying they were enemies of Uganda. He vowed to whip them out, that they don't negatively influence the non-striking medical workers.
Now, when we were under that blackmail, I said, no, I cannot be blackmailed. If necessary, I will import doctors to bring discipline to this crooked behavior of people who say they are doctors when in fact they behave as if they are not doctors. A doctor who goes on a strike is not a doctor. He is an enemy of our people and we shall treat him as such. In fact, I was restrained after. I wanted to go back to the bush, but some people...
The president was responding to the speech made by the Chairman General of the National Organization of Trade Unions, Asha Wilson Owere, who questioned the financial implications of bringing in doctors from Cuba.
Now, when you ask yourself how much it will cost a Cuban doctor, one like this, why don't we give that money to our doctors?
I therefore don't want to hear that nonsense. We, the freedom fighters, I have been working for Uganda for the last almost 55 years, either for no pay or for low pay. But I am here.
There are unverified claims that each specialist Cuban doctor would be paid 5.4 million shillings monthly, at least 1 million shillings more than their Ugandan counterparts. The president also responded to critics who have questioned his decision to first increase the salaries of science teachers.
I heard some people talking nonsense. If you increase the salary of the science teacher, me, the headmaster, I will get a smaller pay than the science teacher. Now that's very bad for my status. That is his problem, status. I am the president of Uganda. I get a low pay. There are people who get, president of Uganda gets 3.6 million shillings.
On the planned salary increment of other public servants, the president said that was not a priority, since government was still concentrating on developing infrastructure.
Yes, we can talk about salaries, but salaries must be talked about in the context of the whole effort, not in isolation.
The president also lashed out at unscrupulous public servants who demand kickbacks from people in the private sector in return to favors and contracts. He vowed to discipline such public servants.
When you start looking for favors from the private sector, asking for shares in a company where you have not invested money, how can you get shares in a company where you have not invested money?
Earlier, shortly after his arrival, the president inspected the military parade amidst a downpour.
AIP Joshua Cheptegei.
As it is the norm at such national events, several individuals were awarded medals in appreciation of their service to the country. These included athletes who recently won medals in the Commonwealth Games in Australia and a group of senior academics of Makerere University.
To maintain the status that Makerere has maintained, being among the top 5 universities in Africa, it's not a very mean achievement, and I'm really glad His Excellency has appreciated our effort.
Herbert Ziwa, NTV, Sembabule District.
Sophie Nebi Hospital.